Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Build Study. I'm Fixxitt. And we're in a very different sort of build study that we have done before. This is from the Novigrad, the city of Novigrad, I guess, built by Elysium Fire. And it's a build team where they do like time lapses and stuff like that. This thing took 9 months for a huge build team in creative mode to build. I cannot wait to show you what is going on here. Looks like I have a whole inventory of stuff, which is cool. That's what I want. All right. So before we even get into the city, this is probably going to be a multi-episode sort of thing. This is absolutely huge. And the reason why I'm doing this now instead of doing more of B-dubs or Jancy stuff is because this is some ideas that we can use right away for Port Bray on the medieval realm. And that's really the whole point of what we're doing here. Look at the sizes of some of these ships. Now, these ships are awesome because they're actually traveling. That's something I would love to do eventually in Port Bray is put some traveling ships. In fact, I've even thought about still making those ships ways to get places, but you have to take like a boat out to get to them or flight or whatever. That could be really cool. So that's some ideas that we have. I like these little ships too that just looks like the harbor's alive. This is really cool. I hope that my frame rate is good enough here to run shaders because I really think that this build is magnificent and can only really be done justice with shaders. So check out just the scope and size of this world. For one thing, I love this dock. It's not straight. That's going to be a lot of the future docks that we do are not going to be straight. And then I love that it has little docks that are actually like water height coming out here. Look at this. Just look at this. This is just awesome. It's just awesome. You know, as simple as this is, that's a really nice way to add a little bit of color to the docks. I like that too, where you're taking wood. And yeah, I'm running my resource pack too, not default, which is probably they want it to be default, to be honest. But again, like I say in all of the build study episodes, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to see what these builds would look like on our world. So I'm running the H version of the 1.12 texture pack. So yeah, check out that statue. That is unbelievable. I like this too. Just like, that's so simple. Oh, it actually goes down. Oh, that's cool. They actually took the time to actually put it down on the ground. I'm not sure why this is there, but it's for a reason, I guess. Maybe. Or a misplaced block. So, yeah. Man, this is nice. Wow. Wow. To get the detail where, you know, his actually this statue where his actually coat is coming down, that's organic building like I have never even imagined. That's unbelievable. So let's check some of this stuff out. I don't know. Eventually I'm gonna do boat studies at some point, but that's probably not today. So I'm probably just gonna sort of look at the boats but not really check it out. What I'm really curious about is the port and the dock and the water side of this, and just how they got such really good depth and all the detail to all these things. Like, even look at that. Isn't that cool? It's a little detail, like water's coming out of that tower and pouring down into this. Like sewer, maybe it's coming down from the mountains. This build is just to give you an idea. My render distance could never do this justice. This is an absolutely unbelievable build. I'll try to go to 20 and see if I can handle it with shaders. Probably not so much. But you can get sort of this goes on and on and on and on and on. And I just want to get immersed in this town. There's at least one castle that I've seen. There's like 5 churches that I've seen there. You can just see it just goes on and on and on. I mean, look at that. You're not even seeing a portion of this build. It's so massive. But before we get into any of this build, I'm going to bring probably back down render distance because it is a little bit choppy here. So let's bring this down. Again, I just want to get an idea of what it was like. Let's go down to like, I usually hover around 9 maybe, kind of. And we'll bring this. I don't think that matters with shaders, actually. I usually play with that kind of down because of YouTube darkening and all that stuff. But let's just walk and just take a look. So, oh man, immediately I'm seeing some things that I just love. I'm seeing this wool canopy that really looks organic in shape. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have some with these overlays. What is this block? That's coarse dirt. That's coarse dirt. I don't know why that's giving me that. It's weird. There's like some, oh, because of shaders. Shaders don't play great with overlays, unfortunately. just pretend like they're not there. I don't want to go through the hassle of taking them off and all that stuff. But I'll remember that for next time planning on running shaders, because it is a big difference. So, but yeah, look at this is so cool. Oh, and they use those blocks too. Man, that's awesome. They use the blocks that are on all sides. I don't know how you can do that. I know World Edit you can do it. And there must be a fast way to do it. These overlays are really going to bug me. You know, I thought I could quickly turn them off and go back to an old version of the texture pack, but I don't have one with me anymore, so that's all right. That's all right. But look at the organic shape of this roof, of this like tent area. Man, that is so nice, and just the 2 different shades of wool. That's tremendous. Is this a gate? Oh, that's cool. I don't know how well that works with our texture pack from the realm, but it's really cool. I bet it had hoppers not been sort of changed, they've been on default. I bet that would look absolutely amazing. A little clunky, perhaps, but and yeah, that's a cool cart design too. Yeah, that's a really cool cart design. This would look amazing with our sticky piston texture. Should we try it just for fun? Nope. Maybe. There we go. Let's try this. Do we like that better? I think that's pretty nice, isn't it? I would love to at some point get into models and try to get an actual round head on this. I don't know how hard it would be. It's something I'd really love to do at some point. See, it's only in the shade that's the problem. Look out here in the sun. In the sun, these overlays are fine. It's just in the shade that's actually an issue. So I can live with it. That's a cool tree. Wow, that's a really cool tree. And I do like that they used a lot of anvils, like the broken sort of anvils, as just border. I mean, that'd be pretty expensive to do in survival, but I do like it. Oh, and there's like, does the water level go down? Yeah, it does. Oh, the water level actually goes down. Wow. Oh, maybe a bunch of times. Holy crap. Wait, seriously? The water level goes down a ton of times. Oh, that's... Wow. Wow. Yeah, guys, we're going to be here for a long time. We have a lot of investigating to do. So back in here, what do we got here? What is this? Is that... What is this? What's in here? Nothing. This looks like just a dead space. All right, not a big deal. Yeah, even back in here, you got a little merchant maybe selling coal, it looks like, perhaps. I like this, using coal blocks to sort of make it really darken the inside. That's kind of cool. In ours, we could use black wool because it's like an actual void block. But that's cool. That means instead of using doors, you can still give the appearance. I'm assuming that none of these houses have interiors. Certainly, yeah, that's got to be. So what they did is, yeah. So none of these houses have interiors. They just used coal blocks. I mean, yeah, come on. In a build this size, you just couldn't do interiors. And quite honestly, this... Okay, look. This type of building looks amazing from time-lapse. Here, live... you know, it's not super detailed, but you know, when you look at like the whole city, like if you're up, well, let me get through the gate. I don't want to get into stuff that we haven't taken a look at yet, but when you're looking at like, you know, from over here, it looks unbelievable. I mean, when you're doing a build team sort of thing like that, I'm sure that the actual really high level of detail isn't done like here. So this is open window. Instead of use glass, they just made it dark. That's cool. That works great. Up in here. Oh, there's actually a floor on this one. That's cool. And just blackened windows. This is nice, but these overlays in the shade are really driving me completely insane. Should we just turn off shaders? Okay, shaders are off. I mean, it looks better, kind of worse. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but at least the overlays are working and you can still see. I have it turned down to moody, so you can still see like the light in the dark, and that's cool. I really like the idea of this. So this building is actually kind of up on a few pegs. That's pretty cool. There's the big stone, which actually looks like it's the major support, but then these, almost like a facade underneath. That works out really great, actually. And here's another dock. You know, I wonder if all these docks are all different. I mean, this one's obviously cobble and spruce. Same with this one. That one's all stone with spruce. What's this one over here? This city is unbelievable. I love this. I love this. The next thing we're going to do in Port Prey is going to be adding some docks that come out like this, kind of in different directions. Some will have boats, some won't. That's really super key. But wow. Wow, is that nice, man. And different, like this one, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this is an angle of like 3 blocks and in. What's this one over here? Probably less. Yeah, this one's 2. And it works. It works great. It works great. What's underneath this one? Just, what is it? That's stone? Oh, there's just a bit of a light. Huh. It's weird. These are all stone, but boy, some of these appear lighter, don't they? It's odd. Anyway, moving along. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's expensive, but like stilts to hold this house up in the water. So you go 2 blocks and then an anvil. That's really cool. That's really super cool, man. That's one of those things, like, if you look close up, it's not so effective, but if you look back a little bit, that looks freaking awesome amounts of detail. Just awesome. All right, so continuing on this tour, this looks like, I love this, like, this little tent area. Yeah, we got to add some of this into Port Prey. This is tremendous. This is, I could spend hours and hours, and maybe we will here. This is just so good. So here's a little house up on stilts. I like this. Huh. That's really a neat looking house. I like the use of a couple trapdoors, just some ladders. It's really simple. Honestly, I love this house. This house it's random enough that it looks really cool. Especially that it's underneath this like kind of low oak tree. That's a really cool oak tree too. This oak tree has signs on it and regular wood. That's cool. And some dark oak leaves too. Oh, this is cool too. Just a little bit of a dip. Wow, man, that's a nice amount of detail. A tiny little boat there. That's nice. That's a cool way to do it too. So, because of the separation between the banner and the signpost, you put a trap door on the top, and it looks like it's hanging down from the trap door. Good to remember. I bet that might work okay with signs too if you want to do that. But I love this. So when you're walking in from this dock, let's just check out the view. You're walking in here. It looks really great. I love this, like little open, a really low sort of roof, kind of open to the air. But then you walk down here and there's a little bit of a dip. That's super cool. Down here, a little bit more of a dip, which also helps to keep you on the road too. This is creative building. Like, I can't even imagine. I love this. I love everything about this. This is making me want to just go build right now. I like want to go build right now. I love that it's all dirt too. I want to have a section of Port Bray that is like this. I don't know where that's going to be, but just like not all stone. Like maybe some occasional cobblestone, but for the most part, really just like coarse dirt. You know? Wow. Wow. So freaking immersive. It just feels like I'm just here. I mean, this feels like I am in this town. It feels like I'm living in this town. Look at this little house. Wow, what a cool house. Just like a little tiny house right up on stilts. I love that because this area I imagine gets flooded sometimes by water. Awesome. And then you walk into this area and it looks like it's getting a little bit more civilized. Still a nice variation of plants. You got some, was jungle probably? Yeah, jungle and cobble and stone brick. It's really cool. The sand, I don't know how much that works with our current texture pack. Maybe not really great. That kind of works, just like a wall of oak. That's surprising that works, but it does. The acacia roof. So I see what they did here. They wanted to combine all the different wood just to give variation on the houses. And yeah, you need it when you're doing a town this big. You know, in Port Bray, we have a lot of red roofs. I think we're going to have to bring in some spruce and some oak with future builds for sure. But I do see why they did that. That's kind of cool. Nothing in the chest. Okay. This probably looks really interesting. Oh, that brick is amazing. Is this regular brick? Yeah. That's the new polished granite. Yellow terracotta. Yeah, man, this looks great. This stuff's really close. I like that there's just a little bit of... Like, I tend to go a little crazy with the vegetation, so that's a nice amount right there. That's polished andesite. Oh, looks like we're headed back out to the water. This is cool. I don't know that... I mean, oh, look, obviously in survival, even with a pretty serious iron farm, I don't know that you could do this with all the anvils. But I do like the idea that I would probably just use fences or walls myself. But this works, and it's awesome. And all these little places all have, like, tiny little inlets of water. Man, we got some terraforming to do. This is just amazing. I'm going to spend so much time in this town, showing this town off. This is going to be like part 1 of 27 parts, but I do think it's worth... Look at this! Look at this! Oh, this is great! So you just walk in this tiny little aisle, and there's a little garden. How wonderful is this? Look at the extra time spent to do this. You would never see this on a time lapse, but the care is still taken to give you this little tiny garden in between the houses. I freaking love it. I mean, probably if this were a survival world, you do some windows, you know, but wow, man. I love it. I'm just in love. I'm in love. This little, a 1 block wide hallway. I would have never done it, but it works perfectly. Really cool. I think so. I think the moral of the story is that in my builds, I think we need to put houses closer together in the more urban areas, because these houses are touching and they work awesomely. Anything in here? No. In here? Nope. No. Oh, this is cool. This is the new chiseled stone brick texture. 1 looks like that. 2 looks like that, which is really cool. That's thanks to Germsy Boy's textures, which I have appropriated. I love this. I love that this water's coming down. I don't love that there's a bit of a lighting glitch there. There, now you can see it. But, yeah, I love that. This is great. So water comes down here, and there's a reason for it. It goes underneath. That's so cool. It actually does go underneath. It actually does flow into this little bridge. And down here, man, awesome. Awesome. The extra time and care spent to these little details is just amazing. It's just amazing. There's so many blocks placed here. What am I getting? Still over 100 FPS. That's awesome. It's surprising. A building built out of clay. Look, I know you got to. I know you got to use all the different textures to make these houses realistic. That one's kind of rough to look at, but okay. You know, I get it. Bone block. That's cool. What are we doing over here? What's up here? Hoppers and anvils. Boy, they really use a lot of hoppers and anvils. I guess just because of the block. I'm guessing it's got to be because of the model. Like, that it's not a square, you know, that it's just a different shape. This looks like an enormous church. Look at the size of this church. And this is just one building in this whole town. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There's a courtyard in here? How perfect is this? How freaking perfect is this? Let's take off the texture pack. Let's finish this off without it. I know that this was built in default and all that stuff, and you know, the reason why I do is I want to see what these things would look like at our home, but I also want to see at times what they intended as well. But wow, so because I wanted to see basically this with it being all black. That's, you know, look, I'm a level with you here. I don't love it. I think that it's a really cool idea for building. I think a lot of people do love it. I think just my personal taste is that the shapes are a little weird. The shapes are just, but I mean, what are you going to do? Like, you can't do all just straight blocks. So I get it, going out of your box and all that stuff, out of your box, to say, but I don't know. Maybe it's not the way I would do it, which is, you know, totally fine. That's to each their own. I'm looking at this bank though, that's been clearly custom made. What is this? Mycelium. Oh, weird. I've not found any of that in my world yet. I don't know that I've found any of that ever in Minecraft. I mean, I've obviously seen it in mod packs and stuff, but I don't know if I've ever found it. I like this area too. So like, just like a cool little area of like stuff sitting around, you know, and over here stuff. Oh, it's super cool. Like, again, not a lot of detail in this house. I would probably detail more, of course, because I'm playing in a survival world. This is done for a massive build on like a YouTube time lapse, you know. So I wouldn't expect so much detail. I would expect a little bit more grand and maybe less detail. But that all being said, this is more detailed than my world, and I've been on it for a year. So, wow, is this awesome? That vanilla waters is pretty tough to look at, huh? All these textures are pretty tough to look at. I'm so accustomed to sort of my texture pack that it's a pretty hard. I wonder if I can get in this church. That would be if there is an entrance. I assume that there's an entrance. There's no way that it's done in the interior, is there? No way. Yeah, I could probably use a torch, perhaps. Torch? Torch? Yeah. See, yeah, no, the church is not done. That's good, because if they actually took time to finish a church, I would probably just stop playing, because you cannot live up to it. There we go. Holy crap! But all this is done. This whole like little water area with some oh dude, what? This must be an Easter egg. Like a skeleton. Oh, how cool. I found it completely accidentally. I just broke through, but wow. So how do you even get in here? Just through here? Oh. Ha, that's super cool. I want that kind of stuff everywhere. I love it so much. Oh, I love it. What's going over here? Oh, glass. Oh, a fountain made out of glass. Oh, that's cool. So that way you can get like the little beads. I bet that looks really good from like a little bit away. I don't know, man. Vanilla textures. This is tough to look at. It's just so abrasive, maybe. Look at that. Anyway, so look, I think what I'm gonna do here, this is so huge. I don't want to just whisk through it, because then at that point, what's the difference between this and just watching the time lapse, which I will link on the channel. But I thought that it would be a cool idea to come and check it out. I just want to keep going. It goes on and on and on. There's castles and churches and all that stuff I want to just take a look at, because this is unbelievable. So I will see you next time. Don't forget to check out my Discord and the Medieval Realm videos. It's always a good time there. I've been doing some live streams, some lore writing, all that kind of stuff. Please come by. Best time to find out when I'm doing that. Best place to find out when I'm doing that is on Discord, where I'm pretty much always lurking. So, all right, I'll see you then. And next episode, we'll continue sort of checking out this just fantastic build by Elysium Fire. They are true masters of builds. All right, later.